Good
Muskan,
afternoon
I
to
think.
all. Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to all. Thank you all for joining us in today's session on career opportunities, studying and living in UK. Before proceeding with this session, I would like to request all of you to follow some protocols for the smooth conduct of the session. All the participants are requested to switch off their videos and mute themselves. Queries from the participants will be taken at the end of the session. You can drop your questions in the chat box during the session. Kindly fill the feedback form, the link for which will be shared in the chat box toward the end of the session. Please note that only those participants who will fill the feedback form will get the e-certificates. We request your cooperation in conducting the session smoothly. I, Muskan, member of the student body of the placement cell, welcomes you all to this session on the topic Career Opportunities, Studying and Living in UK, organized by the placement cell, Shivaji College, University of Delhi, in collaboration with the British Council. Again, thank you all for joining us in today's session. It is a dream for many to pursue their higher studies in prestigious institutions abroad, get a better exposure, and build a career there. UK is one of the most sought after destinations for higher education. But is it really easy to build a career there? Is it easy to settle down in a country unknown to us? To answer all the questions arising in your minds regarding your careers in abroad, we are here with a session on careers in UK. If you want to pursue your higher education in the United Kingdom and plan to settle down there, we bring to you a session in collaboration with the British Council. This session would help us know the education system in the UK. We will also get to know about the various type of courses available there. Moreover, the speakers from the British Council will explain how we can choose a course or an institution and apply for it. So wait for us to begin and keep your questions ready. May I first invite our Honorable Principal Sir, Professor Shiv Kumar Sehdev, to enlighten us with his kind words. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. My dear colleagues and dear participants, a very warm good evening to all of you. Today, our placement cell has organized this very interesting workshop in collaboration with British Council on a very important topic, career opportunities, studying and living in UK. And we have with us Imani Taneja ji and Sakshi Sharma ji. So I am thankful to them for sparing time for my students. And I've also come to know that students from all part of the country and from outside country have also joined today. And I'm sure that you all will get benefit from this workshop. And my best wishes. And have a nice time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for always motivating us. Now it's time to invite. Yes, sir. Now it's time to invite the person without whose support and guidance this session would not have been possible. I'm talking about Dr. Jaita Thakur, the convener of the placement cell. Ma'am, I humbly request you to kindly address the gathering.
Thank you, Muskan. A very good afternoon to all. It is my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished speakers from the British Council, Mr. Imani Taneja, Ms. Sakshi Sharma, our esteemed principal, Professor Shiv Kumar Sehdev, my dear colleagues, and our dear participants to today's session on career opportunities, studying and living in UK, organized by the placement cell of Shivaji College, University of Delhi. Thank you so much, sir, for your support and guidance. Your constant motivation infuses us with enthusiasm all the time. Thank you, sir. The aim of today's session, as we have already heard, is to aid those bright young minds who want to gain wider academic exposure by pursuing their higher education abroad, but do not know what are the opportunities available, how to apply, how to obtain scholarships, and also general idea of the expenses incurred while living abroad and how to meet them. That often becomes a stumbling block for many. The United Kingdom, as we know, is one of the most sought after destinations for most Indian students. And the British Council, the co-owner of the IELTS, is a perfect organization to provide an insight into this. We expect our participants to benefit immensely from this maiden collaboration of Shivaji College with the British Council and expect many more such events to be organized in alliance with them. Without much further ado, I now request Muskan to take the session forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you all to the speakers of the day, Ms. Imani Taneja and Ms. Sakshi Sharma. Ms. Sakshi Sharma holds the post of the Senior Manager of Higher Education at British Council India. She is responsible for developing and coordinating projects, maintain sector insights, maintain a portfolio of projects, and coordinating with geographical dispersed teams for the Higher Education Unit of British Council, Delhi. Ms. Sakshi is also accountable to plan and implement all delegation and VIP visits commissioned or partnered by British Council India to derive shared objective. With over 6 years of experience at British Council, Ms. Sakshi excels at guiding students in their preparation for further studies in United Kingdom. Welcome, ma'am. Now talking about Ms. Himani Taneja. She is Senior Manager at Higher Education Unit of British Council India. She's an experienced information services manager with a demonstrated history of working in the non-profit organization management industry. She has a wealth of experience managing international development, NGOs, event management, and program management. With a history of 17 years at the British Council India and a postgraduate diploma in business administration, Ms. Himani is a strong education professional with remarkable skills in guiding and maintaining students who wish to pursue their higher education abroad. May I now request Ms. Himani Taneja and Ms. Sakshi Sharma from the British Council as the speakers of the day to take over the session. We welcome you, ma'am. Without much ado, I request you, ma'am, to kindly start with the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Muskan, for your kind words. We are obliged. And thank you so much for the students for coming and being a part of this session. As spoken to Sonal ma'am earlier, I mean, we have got some queries from the students already on the studying and living in the UK. So it's a kind of great motivation for us that yes, students are showing interest in our, probably studying in the UK. And so just Muskan has already done an introduction for us, but I would like to definitely thank you all and myself, Himani Taneja, and I have my colleague Sakshi with me. And together we'll be presenting today on studying and living in the UK, on the opportunities, the information about scholarships, about courses. So we are there to help you. But yes, of course, we are not here to promote any of the specific universities, I would say, but definitely overall about studying in the UK. So not taking much of your time, I'll just share my screen and we'll start the presentation. And we'll try to cover as much as possible in our presentation. And if there is something which is left out, definitely we'll have a Q&A session. And during the session also, I would advise students, if you have anything that's coming up in your mind, you can probably write in the chat section, and post the session, we'll just take up the questions one by one. So I think that's an easy way. So during the presentation, I mean, rather than we would advise keep yourself on mute, just keep putting your questions in the Q&A session, and post session we'll take all the question answers. So I think not taking much of your time, I'll just share my screen. Sakshi, just confirm once you are able to see one participant. Okay. Yeah. Is someone, I think someone else is sharing, or I'm unable to get, Muskan, are you sharing your screen? Because I'm not getting an option to share from here. Muskan, are you there? Or Dharya, are you there?
Ma'am, we are not sharing our screen. You could share basically.
Maybe because you have two videos live on the screen, that could be one of the reasons.
Yeah, if you can stop this live, then probably we can.
And we just have Himani's video live. Yeah, now Himani, just try to share the screen once. Sorry for this technical glitch.
No, I'm unable to share. It's saying one participant can share at a time.
Yeah, hang on there. He will just change the thing. Then you can present.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Please try now. We've removed the spotlight. There is no other sharing going on. Could you try once more?
Yeah, it's coming now. Let me just try just a second. Is it coming now, Sakshi?
Yeah. It's
Great. So sorry for little time. So we'll just not take much of our time. So we'll just start with our presentation. Oh, it's
Mari,
not
you need
moving.
to wait for a second. It's
Okay.
loading.
Okay.
It's loading. Yeah, now we are live.
So let me just see if, yeah, it's fine. So we'll just start giving you a brief information about the UK. So if we talk about, it's into 4 countries, that is England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, geographically divided into 4 countries. It's open and inclusive, safe and secure. If we talk why it has been a favorite destination or preferred destination for the students, so it offers more than 50,000 courses, and there are more than 169 universities, and there are more than 400 educational institutions. So if we talk about UK universities and recognized educational institutions, so that comes to the total 169 universities, and there are 400 educational institutions. So if we talk, it's safe and secure. Why? Because it's considered as a safe place for the students, because when you go as a student there while studying in the UK, you have access to the UK National Health Service, which assures the safety and security of the students. So it's just feel like being at home. And so I'll move to the next one. So why UK? Yes, it's an excellent place to study. If we talk about ranking, out of the world's 3 top universities, 2 are from UK, that is Oxford and Cambridge, and following by Imperial and UCL. And if you talk about the Times Higher Education is a validated ranking for the world university. And according to the Times Higher Education ranking, among 200 world's universities, there are 26 renowned UK universities and colleges. And UK definitely provides a world-class education, and it's recognized all over the world. According to the HISA stats recently released in 2020 for the year 2020 and 2021, it shows an increase in the UK international students despite the pandemic taking it over, which was a national pandemic. It has hit all over the world. But yes, the year 2021, we could see more than 50,000 students from across the globe, across South Asia, who were there to study in the UK. So if we talk about the employability, the UK graduates are most employable in the world. 90% of the students, I mean, according to the research, according to the statistics, 90% of the students feel satisfied with the UK education. And UK has been ranked among the 5 top countries for the university industry collaboration. And if you talk during your student life, also you can work for up to 20 hours a week. That is, with your student life, you can have internship, you can have an experience of studying there. You can learn, I mean, what kind of jobs are available there. There are social networks which are available, which I'll be covering in my next slide. So that's about the employment here. And I think according to the survey, the students are satisfied and they are well settled after studying in the UK. So now we'll come to how to apply. Yes, it's a very tricky thing. If we think about how to apply, not an easy task. I mean, first is you're definitely choosing the preferred destination and then going ahead with the further research. So my advice at the moment, where to start? If you choose UK as your preferred destination, then you should be clear in your mind. First step is to choose among the location. It could be Scotland, it could be Wales, it could be, I mean, you have to decide upon the location, plus you have to decide upon the university then. There are multiple universities available for the one course that you choose. Okay, for example, if you think you want to go ahead with the economics, yes, there would be 100 of options available. So how to go about that? How to choose upon the subject? Because if you take any of the universities, say if you shortlist 3 universities, so you have to check the academic background. How does that happen? I'll just move to next slide, then I'll come back to this to refer to the ranking for the universities. So this is the Study UK University website, where you can find the details about the various universities, various subjects that we offer, and which level of studies are they offer. So my advice would be, if you shortlist the university, then you have to shortlist the subjects. You have to very minutely, like if you have shortlisted 3 universities, you have to very minutely follow the course content. Because if you think you are choosing an option of a subject to masters, In economics itself, in each university, they'll provide you different kind of course content. So my advice would be, once you shortlist the universities, then look at the course content of each universities. You can look for the research papers which are available for masters, what kind of research facilities are available for those universities. So I would say it's not an easy task to look for a university and finalize one university. Also would like to add, once you see, okay, these universities are available, you can go to their website and do the research. There are a lot of alumni groups which are there for each university. Everybody of us these days are thorough with the social media. So even on the social media, you will find a lot of alumni groups for that university. You can speak to them, you can write to them, you can ask about their experience, their life. So that would be definitely helpful for you to choose an university. So if all of you can see the screen clearly, there is the website mentioned. Probably you can take down of it, or I can share in the chat as well. Sakshi, if you can share that website in the chat, where you can click and you can find details about the university and the subjects they offer. And also, if I take you back, it is yes, of course, the first thing that comes to our mind when we choose a university is whether that's recognized or not. So there is one website which is available, which is mentioned in blue, which gives you the details about the UK universities which are recognized. So you can put in the details of the university and you can see whether that UK university is recognized or not. So, okay. So this again comes to the same part which I have covered. First thing, yes, of course, choosing the right university, finding the right course, how to apply. Definitely, I'll come to my next slide. All this would be covering in our next slides to follow. Also, our website I mentioned there, which has all the details, what all we'll be covering today. It is available on our website as well. So apart from this, if we talk about the new thing which has been offered by the UK government, is the new graduate immigration route. So this means that this is from summer of 2021, international students who have successfully completed undergraduate or master degree can have the benefit of the 2 years work experience in the UK. That's upon the graduation, but there are certain criteria through who have completed their PhD would be able to stay for more than 3 years. So, I mean, this is the graduate route is available to the international students who have a valid Tier 4 visa, that is a study visa, at the time of the application, and also should have completed a degree at undergraduate level or above at the higher education provider. So successful applicants have to apply for this route. And once they are clear with that, they are able to stay and look for the work in the UK. It depends upon their skills, and the maximum period that they have is of 2 years. So that's called the new graduate immigration route, which allows the students the opportunity to work for 2 years after finishing their studies. So I think that's a very good thing. And because of this, the interest in UK has been picked up by the student. So this is about that. And so I would now invite Sakshi, and she'll tell you about the process of applying at the particular university, that what all procedures are required for applying for the university. So over to you, Sakshi.
Thank you, Himani. Thanks a lot. Welcome, everyone. Taking the presentation forward from here is where we begin while applying for undergraduate. But for some of you might not find this relevant, but covering it as a holistic approach, as if you are going for an undergraduate degree, how and from where you start. UCAS website, now the ucas.com website is one of the most important website where you actually have to start with your registration, and you actually have to apply if you are applying at an undergraduate level. There are various stages when you apply for UCAS. The first and foremost on your working on your personal statement and written references. And then if, as and when the shortlisting process goes forward, you follow with the interview. Personal statement or statement of purpose, in any which ways we name that, is one of a very important part of your application. That is an area where it actually covers it should cover your skill, your hobbies, your interest, your education, what exactly is your interest towards your academic field, what drives you towards that particular course, and how are you going to link that academic qualification in your upskilling, in your upliftment, your understanding of the course, the nature, why that particular university, why that particular course, linking them with your skills, your interest and hobbies, and actually ensuring that how that course will be useful for you. So SOPs is or statement of purpose or written statement is very important part. And when you log on to the UCAS website, that also gives you a very broader approach. You have templates, you have samples, which you can refer to and gain information as how you can draft these. So these are one of the areas where you need to work upon. Then moving next is on your receiving offer letters from the universities, meeting your conditions and criterias like the English language proficiencies or any academic performance. Now here, I am aware that some of you might have a question that whether IELTS is important or not, or whether TOEFL is important or not. These are the basic criterias which are listed when you apply for any of the particular universities. Some of the universities are very firm to have an English language proficiency test, mainly IELTS. Some of them is only happy with your A-level or equivalent degree, again, depending upon the university you're applying and the course you're applying. As very rightly Himani said in the beginning, that we cannot promote any particular university, or we cannot give you any particular university's criteria, but we definitely advise you to check with the university as what are the criteria laid down by them at the time of your application for a particular course. That differs from university to university. We can move next slide. So deadlines for the undergraduate degrees, well, some of them might get closed, but giving you a very holistic standardized deadlines of University in Oxford and Cambridge. Most of the courses gets closed down in October, mainly in medicines or veterinary medicines. Most of the courses, majority of the courses gets closed in January, and then June is a part of your late deadline. But again, this is not in specific, depending upon the courses, the seats availability, and what the university has to offer. So the Study UK website link, which we have shared in the chat, has all these informations about it. In addition to the courses, yes, we can move next, Himani. In addition to these, there are some of the entry requirements and resources in terms of your examinations. Some of the universities, again, depending upon your course you're applying, can ask you to submit a GMAT test score or a GAMSAT test score, which is a graduate medical school admission test, specifically in terms of any specific courses. Then you have biomedical admission test, UK clinic aptitude test, national admission test. So as I informed in my previous slide, it completely depends upon the course which you're applying to and the certain tests associated with them as a score which you need to submit. So this is what a requirement which is laid down by the universities, and that's where you need to actually thoroughly check that particular university out course. Moving next. For applying for a postgraduate degree, where postgraduate degree application seems to be pretty straightforward, because some of the universities you can apply directly, and again, it depends upon the university you've chosen to apply for and the course which you feel you are apt, and that university has a specialization of that particular course. But the best practice is, again, and a very standard practice, is to check onto the university about the deadlines, criteria, and what conditions, requirements are there. The personal statement is, again, one of the important factors to have it in your postgraduate application, because by the time you actually come to your postgraduate, you really need to have a very strong personal statement covering all the parameters which I've actually highlighted before, as well as your skills, your hobbies, and the reason of you choosing that particular course. Certain set of English language tests will also be required for, along with your qualification documents. So these are the standard documents, some of the standard documents which is required for a postgraduate degrees. UCAS website is definitely one of the websites which can help you to provide certain templates and informations for you to take a look onto these, and giving you some more broader application guidelines. Next, please. Application deadlines is again on a very flexible note. Mainly when the courses are full, the application deadline gets closed, but sooner the better. So we recommend everyone, if you have decided to go for a postgraduate degree, do not hold yourself for the last hour. Please do apply as early as possible. That is one of the recommendations. Deadlines differ from course to course or from university to universities. So for one particular course, A university might have a different deadline and B university might have a different deadline. So do not stick with just one particular deadline if you get to hear or see on any particular website. You may also have to apply for a visa, but do have your timings and give yourselves ample amount of time to cover all these formalities. Next, please. Imani, next slide. Yeah. So the fees and the courses fees for international students, if you're applying for an undergraduate degree, it goes up to 10 to 26,000 per year. Medical degrees can go up to 58,000. Again, it varies on the kind of courses or the universities where you're applying for. Postgraduate courses are pretty short and they are cheaper as compared to the other courses. Most of the postgraduate courses, as very rightly said, that they are for an year of duration. So mainly you can say that post-graduation courses gives you an opportunity of value for money, but the course fees also varies from different universities and courses you choose to apply. UK visa, Himani has just covered about the graduate route, so I won't take on to that information deeper. But as an international undergraduate student, you need to apply for the Tier 4 visa, which costs you around approximately 348 pounds. It will allow you to study and live in UK throughout your tenure of your course. The gov.uk/student visa. We will have this link on the chat box. This is an important link for you to look out for all the information you want to check about how to apply for the UK visa, from where to start, and what are the important information required for that. Simultaneously, you can also look out on our Study UK website. The link is there in front of you on your screen, which also has all this information about your application, how to apply, where you can apply, and how to go about the timelines of appearing for an English language test. Next slide. So graduate route has already been covered. I will not repeat onto that. We come to the segment of scholarships. So British Council does offer scholarships for students starting at a postgraduate level. We have great scholarships where we have approximately 26 universities participating for this year, where they offer scholarships in various and different subjects. So each university have different subjects to offer in terms of scholarships. And as when I say 26, not every university will be listed there, which you might like to apply for. Study UK website or British Council website has all the information about the participating universities and the courses they offer. It's against your 1 year study of postgraduate in UK. Women in STEM scholarships offers you scholarships in STEM subjects, which is a science, engineering, mathematics. So do check out on our website for all the eligibility criteria and how to apply for this. Similarly, for the creative economy scholarships as well. We also have a segment on our website which covers the scholarships which are funded by other organizations and UK higher institutions, which means that there are some set of scholarships which are directly given by the university to students who wish to apply for. So if you find any of those opportunities interesting, do apply for that, because those are the scholarships which are directly provided by some set of institutions and universities. There are eligibility criteria and application process along with deadlines mentioned over there. So do keep a tab on the university links as well. Next. So for information to students and everyone, we do have an upcoming events in the British Council, virtual events at this stage. We have the subject fair coming on the 11th and 12th of February, where we have the UK universities coming and having conversations around STEM subjects and management courses. So please do check on our website and register for this event. You will get to meet the universities and speak with the representatives. Thematic webinars for management courses, creative arts, social sciences. We have a series of thematic webinars on different dates around different topics. Registrations are open, so please do check on our website. An interesting topic, you can register and attend it. Directly, you will be able to gain information about those areas and topics from the UK universities. And Study UK information sessions are one of the information sessions which we do conduct every month. Do keep a tab on our website. This also helps you to stay updated about the latest information, which we have guidelines on travel, application process, and other
Has Sakshi lost her network?
Just, I think so. I think, yes, we lost her. I think she'll just
Okay.
rejoin back.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
so yeah, so she was talking about the subject fair. It's on 11th and 12th February, where there are 15 UK university, 15, for 2 subjects. 11th is for STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, along with medicine, and 12th is for management. The registrations are open right now. And because even I'll just cover the details, and I'll just put in the chat also the registration link for that. She also covered thematic webinars. The link is provided. There are a lot of events and activities that keep on happening at British Council. We have master classes wherein UK faculties directly come and speak to the colleges. So we'll be in touch, or also would request students to visit our website for further events and activities. So I think, yes. So we are open for question and answers. Hopefully that was helpful. And my email ID is also mentioned here. If there is anything you would like to ask us now, or probably email us, we are more than happy to answer that. So over to you, students and participants. Thanks for being patient and listening to us. So any questions are welcome now.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful session. I'm sure the session will help many students to be in the right direction, and everyone must have gained an ample amount of knowledge. Now proceeding further, it's time to take up the questions. For that, I would like to invite Ritu to continue with that. Over to you, Ritu.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Muskan. Before I proceed with the Q&A round, I request all the participants to switch on their cameras for a quick virtual photo session.
I think Sakshi has also joined in. And also I'm just putting
Yes.
the link for the STEM, because even in the queries that Dhairya has forwarded us, there were a lot of questions, I think, on the biology and biochemistry. So I think that's the best platform, because there would be 15 UK universities that specialize in STEM and medicine. So I'm just putting the link, if you can register also. Yes, it's there.
Yeah, it's very money.
Yeah. So Muskan, are we waiting for the picture, or because I can see a lot of questions coming? So can we take the questions, or should we wait for the?
Just a second.
Yeah, okay.
I request everyone to please switch on their cameras for a quick virtual photo session.
I think by the time they do it, I think Sakshi, let's kick off for the questions. So I'll just take the question. There is one question from Bagmita Biswas. where she's asking, is it compulsory to for postgraduate to give English exam tests? I think again.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that question. Basically, English exam test is, yes, it's, if you ask me on a very standardized process, yes, English language proficiency test is required when you apply for your university. But again, as I informed in my presentation, it depends upon the universities and the courses in which you're applying for, as which test one should take and whether it's required or not. But on a standardized approach, the answer is yes.
Okay, so the next question is from Arya. I think it's a little specific. I would like to ask about graduate entry medicine. Could you please brief about it? Like, do postgraduate and PhD students have an advantage over the students who have just completed an undergrad and have applied? So I think, again, it's a university specific. Arya, the eligibility criteria for each university differs. So if you have shortlisted on the university, definitely you can visit the eligibility criteria. And if you are looking for the medicine, I think best part would be to visit our subject fair, which is, I think, the most appropriate platform for the students about the queries about the medicine. Not exactly, I would understand if that university which are participating would not be there in your list, but yes, definitely you will get a feel, a knowledge and exposure of speaking to them and what kind of courses they offer. So I think, Arya, that answers your question. And there is a second part. Sakshi, that's for you. And I think you have a good answer to that also. So also, our scholarships are offered for medicine.
Well, yes, they are. Some of the institutions do offer scholarships in the course of medicine, but again, you need to check. It's more of the university specific because the timelines do matter and the courses also matter. So select your university and then take a look around for that.
Sakshi, if you can also put the link for women in STEM, that's only for women. Yeah, yep. That's the applications are open for women in STEM, but that's
basically sorry, Mani, I am putting a link for the scholarships over here, which has all the information about the scholarships available. As very rightly Mani said about women in STEM scholarships, then we have other scholarships which are active grade scholarships. So those informations are listed there. So just take a quick look onto this.
Okay. Next question, I think I can pick it up. It says, as you said that there are 2 years available for PG students to gain work experience. Can that period be extended? Entirely depends upon the 2 years work that you there. If I mean, there is something that's just a route for you. It doesn't guarantee you that yes, forever. Point that 2 years work visa is not less. After it entirely depends upon which organization or which company you are working for, what kind of terms and conditions or regulations that go ahead. But yes, 2 years is not a shorter period route for you to start working in the UK. Okay. Universities, and you have to visit the university website. Again, I mean, I would not like to repeat, but the subject fair 12th February is dedicated to management. Research entirely depends, Kashita, entirely depends upon the eligibility of the UK university that you are planning to apply. So definitely do your research well and look out for the courses that you want and what kind of research they offer. So I think it's more of a research that you require. And we can't, as a generic, we can't comment on it. Why? Because the eligibility criteria of each university differs from the other. And
I'll take the next one, Imani. It's on the scholarships bit. So Pooja, about the scholarships, each year scholarships are basically announced from September onwards. Some of the scholarships are announced in September, some goes in October, November. the first criteria for you is to look on to and to select your university which you are planning to apply to. Start working on your application simultaneously. If you have looking on our British Council website or the university website, the scholarships window gets open, and that's where you can start filling up your application form. There is a separate application procedure which has your personal statement and other information about the scholarships and the course which you like to enroll yourself for. So all these information and the eligibility criteria are listed once scholarships are announced. Like we do have scholarships for postgraduate level. Then we also announced Commonwealth scholarships, which is apparently now closed. Those scholarships also covers masters and our split side, which is for PhD programs as well. But as and when a scholarship program is announced, the eligibility criteria and procedure to apply and what are the points and conditions are listed accordingly.
Sakshi, follow-up question is, can we apply for more scholarships at the same time? I think it's yes.
Yes.
That, we can.
Yes, we can. But if you get selected for both the scholarships, then it's obviously you have to decide which scholarships you would like to pick up, because if it's 2 scholarships in one institution, it won't be valid. And if it is 2 scholarships in 2 different institutions, then you have to decide which institution you would like to pick and which course. So that's entirely your call. But the answer is yes, you can apply.
Okay. Then there is another question that since a master's is for 1 year, then would be eligible for PhD application in the US or other countries too? I think my question, according to basis of UK education, after 1 year's master, you can't apply for PhD, but for US, you can check. Or even for UK universities, again, the eligibility criteria differs. So yes, you have to check with the university. But as of now, the master's for 1 year and then PhD, I don't think so would be possible in US and other countries, but definitely for US, you need to check their website. And next is, I want to apply for MBA in HR. So is it compulsory to have a 2 to 3 years? Yes, for MBA, the work experience is necessary, but the university rules keep on changing. But as of now, yes, the experience is mandatory to go ahead with the MBA. I think next question is also on the scholarship. So what we can do, Sakshi, on the scholarship question, I think before we end this presentation, we'll put the scholarship page again so that they can see the various websites. Yeah. Anything that you have in your mind specifically for journalism?
Again, I will repeat, it's not on the course, it's totally upon the scholarship program which are announced. And because different scholarships have different criteria. Scholarship programs do have full scholarship covering. Well, some of them only covers your tuition fees. Some covers your living and your studying cost in the UK. So ideally, I'm repeating, do check out for the different scholarships program. We do have Shivani scholarships as well. We have great scholarships, Women in STEM, Commonwealth scholarships. So it totally depends upon what kind of program you are picking up. If you are picking, and they are addition to that, we also have scholarships which are given by the universities as well. So that is completely and entirely on the program of the scholarships announced.
Okay, so I think next question is it necessary to have 4 years of undergraduate degree for applying postgraduate degree in UK? 3 years. 3 years degree. Am I correct, Sakshi?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have an A-level or equivalent education in India for schooling? We do have. For this accreditation, you need to check with the Indian university if they have any collaboration or partnership with the UK universities. For schooling, I am aware that they provide A-level certification. Okay, next is, I'll just pick up the ones which are different, unique. I'll leave the ones that we have already answered. Okay, for students studying full-time masters, can you talk about the availability of part-time opportunities for them?
Part-time opportunities are available in the UK, but again, it's only once you are there and you have a connect with the students group there or with the alumni associations, you will be able to have a broader information about the part-time opportunities. Some of the students do get part-time opportunities within the institutions as well. So answer to this is yes, there are opportunities, and where, when, and how is something where the international student forums, which are there in every university, helps the students to get more information on that. In fact,
and also
on the day of your orientation, you will be given more information about this as well.
Yeah, and also to add on, as we said, there are 20 hours per week which is allowed that you can work as an intern. So yes, of course, building your social network will definitely give you an opportunity. But yes, if we talk about the regulations, you are allowed to work for 20 hours. Okay, let's quickly take the other. How and where can we accept a 3-year, because majority ask for 4-year degree as mentioned on the university. Antra, as we said, it completely depend upon the university, but yes, 3 years graduate is acceptable. I don't know which, if there is any specific university, if you are checking for postgrad, but do your research well, because we know that it is acceptable. Okay, what is actually STEM? It's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So these are the courses. So what we have done in our this subject fair, all the courses which are related to STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and medicine also. So all the students who are interested to study STEM and medicine will be speaking to these universities. So this is a very specific fair related to only a specific subject. So that's the way we have offered. Normally we do offer a virtual fair where that's a walk-in thing, but now we have done a specific subject offering. We have on 11th it's STEM, and on 12th it's management. So all the master's degree questions that you have, or probably MBA, would be, the universities will be more than happy to answer them. So, okay, again, Sakshi, next one is on scholarships, how to know about fully funded PhD program universities. There are website available, there are bursaries. You need to do your research well. You can even visit the university websites also for the scholarships they offer. And on 11th and 12th, we also have a scholarship session, which is exclusively for the scholarship. So for that, again, you need to visit our website and register for the session. If we have done bachelor's in English, can we get a waiver for IELTS? IELTS, it depends upon the scores that you get in English. Many universities, I mean, I'll not say many universities, but yeah, maximum universities are providing IELTS waiver based on your scoring of English. That's depends upon university to university. Okay, next one. If one gets accepted for a MSc in UK, once we have completed our MSc, can we directly apply to PhD anywhere in the world? Sorry, world we can't comment on. And do we have to complete MPhil, especially since the postgraduate system is different? Sakshi, you want to add to this? For MPhil?
For MPhil, again, it's if you're completing your master's in any of the domain, yes, definitely you can apply for PhD. But especially if you're looking for MPhil in UK, you're right in saying that the postgraduate process and system is completely different. This is a very university specific question again, because as what very rightly we said in the presentations, the university for any of the PhD applications, you have to straight away and directly apply to the university where they do mention about the eligibility criteria and conditions which one needs to meet in order to apply for the PhD program. So it totally depends upon the course in which you're applying and the university, because they set their own criteria for the students to apply.
Okay, then another question is on scholarships. As I said, Kay, we'll be taking up the slide, the or is valid. So how can I finance my studies there? Definitely, we have told you that its option is available. You have an opportunity to work 20 hours per week along with your studies. So that's an internship based on your social networking there. You can speak to the alumni groups, because yes, going from India, all the students would like to definitely also add an exposure to their work while studying also. So yes, depends upon your opportunities and the social network that you build, but yes, it's allowed to work. Do we have to shift to work visa as soon as our degree finishes? That you need to apply for. That after finishing your studies, probably six months before completing your studies, you need to apply for the work visa, which is a part of the GI, the graduate immigration rules. route. Okay.
We have a
somebody else
question
wants-
in line to that. Do we have to apply for a visa beforehand applying for the UK university, or it can be applied after you're shortlisted?
It depends entirely, but yes, you have to apply. You can visit the fcdo.gov.uk for further details and all the rules and regulation. But yes, it's the graduate immigration route is a part of your studies now, but you have to apply for it. And if you have a tier 4 valid visa, you can apply. Tier 4 valid visa that's a student visa.
Mani, we have a question from Tushar who says that if you have done an undergraduate in one subject and we want to do a post-graduation in some other subjects, so do we have a flexibility for that?
Some universities definitely offer that. That depends upon the course to course, because definitely from humanities, you can't make a shift to probably science. But yes, there are options available, or also there are options available that you can take up add-up subjects. And even, I mean, there are, like, if I talk about psychology, the course content would be definitely different from one university to the other. So as a add-on subject, depends upon the course that you choose and what kind of linkage it has to your course that you are doing earlier. Some universities, yes, they definitely offer you. Probably if you want to entirely shift from one subject to other subject, some universities might offer that with an entrance examination or something which you have to do, or you have to show your interest that why you are interested in a different subject. So that depends upon the university, the criteria, the weightage of marks that they give. Part-time opportunities, I think we have.
We've already covered that. I think we have already covered for the part-time opportunities. So the next is around, is it compulsory to have an acceptance letter in hand from the university before applying for scholarships? So let me take that. Yes, it is. But at times there is an overlapping of the timings or a clash of timings, because there are set timelines of the university to roll out the offer letters, as well as it may get overlapped with your scholarships interviews as well. So here we advise people to stay in touch with the university to get an update on your offer letter. At times university do, not at times, but mainly university does have an email correspondence with the candidate stating about the timelines as by when they will announce the admission process and by when they will be giving out the offer letter. So that email can be submitted at the time of your scholarships application.
I think, Sakshi, most of the questions are subject specific now.
Yes.
Which I think would request definitely students to look out for the website, or probably they can visit our subject fair, because that would be very helpful for the students if there is any subject specific eligibility or anything that you would need to apply for a specific university. So I think that would make more clarity for that. And yes, I think most of the questions we have covered, and most of the questions are which are there are on the basis of which are very course specific. So I think for that you need to visit the university website and look out for the eligibility criteria. Anything else? If anybody wants to raise their hand on us, we are more than happy to answer that as well. How internships are specific colleges give placement to work. There are campus placements which are available. There are campus placements also available for the students. Aerospace engineering degree, what major should I apply? Check the website. The course contents, as I told you, are different. Even if you take aerospace engineering, the course content would be different from one university to the another. Even the deepest of the things which are available in one university will not be available in the other. So I would advise you to carefully go through the course content before choosing on the university. Are they accept 3 years bachelor degree? Yes, they do. So I think we have taken most of the questions.
Yeah.
Very interesting questions, and we're very happy to see so many responses. So I think we are paid off that you did listen to us. So I think Muskan, if you are there, you want us to wait for other questions to come, or can we wind up the session?
Ma'am, Ritu's gonna go with that. Ritu, just see to it, please.
Okay. Okay, Ritu.
Anyone is left with a query can raise their hands. We'll unmute you.
I think Ritu, they are all covered.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering most of the questions with so much patience.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Indeed, the session was really informative and helpful.
I hope
Yeah.
the students liked it.
Yes, ma'am, sure. We are sharing a feedback form with you all, and everybody is requested to fill the form. If anyone is left with a query, please mention it while filling up the feedback form. We will surely revert to you. Now, I would request the faculty from Placement Cell, Dr. Sonal ma'am, to formally thank everyone.
Thank you, Muskan. First of all, Himani and Sakshi, thank you so much for sparing out time for these young, bright minds of Shivaji College. Students, let me tell you something, that British Council is the go-to place for your opportunities in the UK abroad. And it's not that you all cannot reach out to the universities on your own or apply for fellowships on your own. It's not that. But let me share a personal history that I myself have been a Charles Wallace India Trust Fellow.
Oh,
The British Council did every step-by-step helping. That was way back 10 years ago. But step-by-step helping you. And that's why British Council, when Dr. Jaita and I were talking about how do we help our students to pursue their dreams in the UK, I was like, let's go through the British Council. Because as Himani pointed out in each of your queries, that there are certain person-specific and university-specific questions. And you might be lost because websites do provide you information. But when you reach out to the British Council and you say that, look, this is my dream course, this is the kind of work opportunity, fellowship I'm looking for, this is my financial status, they will guide you till the T. It isn't that they just say that, okay, come to British Council and we will let you apply to hundreds of universities. No, they actually do case by case helping to the students, and they work as a conduit between the UK universities and Indian students. As Indians, I can say, okay, unfortunately, because of our colonial connection, but nevertheless, it's an added advantage, let me say, that for Indian students to study in the UK and living in the UK is a little easier, because once you go there, you realize that the culture is not that ununderstandable compared to maybe other European universities. So my suggestion to you students, and a takeaway from Himani and Sakshi's presentation today, is that number one, work on your desirabilities and your ambitions and your dream. Just streamline them and reach out to the British Council, reach out to the Placement Cell Shivaji College. Dr. Jaita, me, the student team, we will help channel your questions, reach to Himani and Sakshi in a well-formatted way, so that, you know, even Himani and Sakshi are not sifting through your disaggregated thoughts. So start working on that now. The Placement Cell Shivaji College is very grateful to Himani, who very kindly, through just one email, responded immediately. And that is the promptness of British Council, I must say. Himani, may I also request you to extend a deep sense of gratitude to Jonathan, who brought you and me in contact with each other. Very kind of him. Sakshi, you responded each of the queries of the students, and believe me, you will be bombarded with emails and queries from students of Shivaji College. And on their behalf, I appeal to you that please respond to them.
Most welcome, ma'am. No issues at all. All the queries are most welcome.
And it
On
was
behalf
great to know, Dr. Sonal, that you are an alumni with us. That's a great feeling
Oh,
that
yes,
Charles Wallace
yes.
is very close to our heart. So that
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
great thing to know.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
as an alumni
those were
also, you
the-
can share your experience with the students.
Those
Because
were the days
even
when Dr. Dick Alford was the convener. So I'm talking about
I've
ages.
worked with him, Dr. Sonal. I've worked with him while I was
Lovely.
handling the scholarships.
On behalf of the placement cell Shivaji College, I would like to extend a deep sense of gratitude to the principal
Thank you.
Shivaji College, Professor Shiv Kumar Sahdev, who I must emphasize is the force behind keeping the flock of Shivaji College together. He took over the college just before the pandemic hit and lockdowns happened. And he has tried effortlessly in the virtual mode, in the offline mode, to keep the students and faculty together. So, Principal Sir, on behalf of the placement cell, a lot of gratitude to you. I must also thank Dr. Jaita, convener of the placement cell. And when she and I were having a discussion about what can we do to make students' future a little convenient to pursue, हिंदी में कहते हैं मुंडेर पर की घास यूं ही उगाती है. So yeah, but then when you nurture them, those plants have their own beauty. And Dr. Jaita very warmly agreed to the idea that let's rope in British Council. She had her own history through her relatives with the association with the British Council, and she was very supportive of this. And we immediately, Himani, you are witness to it, how quickly we could do this online.
true.
So she is the lady behind the entire. Thank you.
Well, I'm really thankful to all of you. I mean, it was really great. I mean, for Sonal to reaching out to you and you having responded so well. I mean, this usually takes weeks to arrange and everything. Comparatively, it's happened so fast. And you really answered so many questions. And, I'm sure the students really got a better idea, as to the direction. And then, of course, like you're saying, the subject specific fairs that you have, I'm sure that will further help them. But a lot of time, what is required is a first direction, because otherwise it seems like it's a huge ocean and you don't know anything. So some students, they are lucky that they have some siblings or some relatives settled abroad, so it's easier for them. But those who are maybe first generation learners and they are bright, but they don't know how to apply, what scholarships to go for and all that. So I'm sure your talk really help them get a direction, and then of course they have to put in their work. I mean, that is something which they have to do, but that was really great. Thank you so much. So please continue.
And let me also say, Himani, you and I had a conversation, and Dr. Jaita and I had a conversation. So basically, please keep forwarding me all your opportunities, emails to me, to the placement cell. We will share it with our students, and they can directly join in your webinars to subject-specific webinars that you have. Right. I would also like to extend a deep sense of gratitude to our fellow faculty members who are part of the placement cell, who actually provided the logistics, but are the invisible force behind the working of the placement cell. Special kudos to the students team, especially Dhair, Muskan and others. And Himani, Sakshi, the skill of the students must come to you. And I must emphasize that this entire thing, while I was verbally talking to you and Dr. Jaita was there behind, but it is entirely a student run effort. So you must acknowledge the students' efforts and see that they have the potential of doing things on their own with a little guidance. And I think British Council will help them walk that extra mile in pursuit of their dreams.
So we are always, go on.
Yeah, please go ahead.
No, I'm just saying thanks to the students as well. I mean, this session is success because of the students. And yes, technically also we only learn from them, because they are better experts in techno than us now. So thank you so much to all the students, and British Council is always there. We are a carrier between, we are a promoter. I mean, we make sure that everything that happens in UK education, the Indian students must know about it. They should get that exposure of what's the experience of studying and living in the UK. So this was the, I mean, motive of us and speaking to the students, and trust me, it was a pleasure, because looking at the kind of, we do presentations, I mean, we do and then we log off. Yes, we have promoted, but today at the session, looking at the questions that were there, so we could make out that yes, students are actually interested and they have listened to what we were trying to present in our presentations, and the questions were based on it. So really glad to have such wonderful students from your end.
And last but not the least, let us all put our hands together for the wonderful audience that we had who made this event a success. So students, it is you who make any efforts on the part of the placement cell or British Council, which has agreed to be a part of it, a success. So thank you for your interaction, your active and enthusiastic participation. I also thank the college technical support team for providing the necessary logistics. Before we wind up, students, please send in your queries through the placement cell. You have your social media, you have the emails, send it to them. We will channelize it to the British Council. You can directly contact the British Council. All mediums are there. The most important thing, I think, and Dr. Jaita will agree with me, she and I share the same information, that this maiden partnership between Shivaji College and British Council will go on for the years to come. We are looking forward.
Definitely looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Here I go.
Bye. Thanks.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.